Why hasn't any team signed Cam Newton or Jameis Winston? That is the question that I want to answer. What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports Talk back at it with another video. Talking, of course, some NFL. And if you're a fan of the NFL, make sure you're subscribed to the channel for the hottest sports topic and debates this side of the town. So make sure you go ahead and subscribe by hitting the big red subscribe button down below and turning on my post notifications to be notified every time I drop a new video. And go ahead and follow me, guys, on my social media. Links down below on the screen for that. With that being said, let's talk about this. Let's talk about why there's still two quarterbacks that are left on the market in Jameis Winston and Cam Newton, and why they have not been signed yet. So we're in April. Free agency is pretty much over at this point. We're at the dry part of it, really, with most teams having spent their cap space. We've got a few weeks left till the draft. So maybe, one reason we can say is, okay, teams want to figure out what happens in the draft. And after that, they could potentially sign these guys. Well, here's the thing. Why haven't these guys signed? First and foremost, there's not too many starting quarterback jobs left. How many are there left? Well, I even had trouble finding any. And when I took a look at the teams that still need a quarterback, I only thought of four: the Patriots, the Chargers, the Dolphins, the Redskins. And the Redskins are a maybe. They're probably going to go forward with Dwayne Haskins. The only reason I wanted to put him here because, again, I don't think Dwayne Haskins is that great. And they've got Ron Rivera, Cam Newton's former head coach. But the other three teams, the Patriots, the Chargers, and the Dolphins, have clear needs at quarterback. But the Patriots, from things I'm reading, are going forward apparently with Jarrett Stidham, unless they draft a quarterback. The Chargers could draft a quarterback. They could draft Justin Herbert or Tua. Same thing with the Dolphins. They've got high picks in the NFL draft. So after the draft, potentially the Chargers and the Dolphins could both have quarterbacks. The Patriots could move forward with Jarrett Stidham. And the Redskins could move forward with Dwayne Haskins. So that is actually reason number one or two of why Cam Newton and Jameis Winston haven't been signed yet, because there are very few, if no, starting quarterback positions left. Okay? And if there are no starting quarterback positions open, then what does that mean? That means you have to become a backup quarterback. And here's the thing, obviously, with Cam Newton. First, let me start with him. He is not going to become a backup quarterback. Cam Newton, to me, I think at this point, if it were between being a backup quarterback or retiring, I think he might really retire. I really do believe that, because here's the thing. A lot of people, including Bears fans, came on and told me over and over they wanted Cam Newton. And I kept saying, look, if Cam Newton was so great, why doesn't anybody else want him? And I don't hate Cam Newton. I'm just saying Cam Newton is not the same MVP Cam that people think and remember. He's far from it. He's inaccurate. He's erratic. He's got health issues. And right now, it's very difficult for him to prove otherwise. And so to me, for Cam Newton, why he hasn't signed yet is because teams don't feel comfortable with him and they need him to prove it. And he kind of needs to take a prove it type of year deal, which could potentially mean he does not become a starting quarterback, which I'm pretty sure Cam Newton's not okay with. Similar with Jameis Winston, this is the guy who led the NFL in passing yards, and he's looking for a job at this point. Same issues of you don't have too many starting opening jobs left, and I'm sure Jameis Winston, who just led the NFL in passing yards, doesn't want to become a backup quarterback, even though he also led the NFL in interceptions. But with Jameis Winston, it's less about the health concerns, because obviously we know he's healthy. It's more so about the turnover proneness. No teams are going to want a guy who plays catch with the other team's DBs. Okay? I like Jameis Winston, but it's literally every time he drops back, you're wondering when the interception is coming. That gives me flashbacks of Jay Cutler. I don't want that. I wouldn't want that as a team. And so, again, with Jameis Winston, that's the same issue here. And so, to me, they're both flawed quarterbacks in one way or another. And teams just don't feel like they are worth the risk right now. And for them to take the risk, it would have to be a one-year prove-it type of deal. And that is essentially what I think it comes down to. So, again, number one, you don't have a lot of positions open at this point with the starting quarterback jobs. Number two, there's clear flaws with both quarterbacks that are, very difficult to overlook. With Cam, it's the health problems, the erratic passing, the accuracy or lack thereof. With Jameis, it's the turnover proneness. That is huge. And thirdly, and most of all, they need to have these guys take prove-it-year deals to have their kind of egos checked at the door, and I'm not sure if they're willing to do that. So, to me, that's why these guys haven't signed yet. Obviously, after the draft, we'll see what happens. But at this point, I'm having a hard time seeing really anybody give a starting quarterback job to either of these two quarterbacks. If I had to guess who gets a starting job more, I'd probably say Jameis, but I think ultimately both these guys even have to probably take backup roles or type of positions where you have to go into camp and compete. Okay. But to me, that's why that hasn't happened yet. So let's see what happens. But for now, that's what the situation is looking at. But let me know what you guys think. Why haven't any team signed Jameis Winston and Cam Newton? Leave a comment down below if you agree or disagree. As always, thanks for watching.